Hi, welcome to my North Knit Corner. My name is Anne and I come to you from the south of Norway, where I live with my husband and our 3 boys. This is my little corner of the internet where I talk about my knitting and my knitting journey. Welcome back if you've been here before, and welcome if you're here for the first time. Today is episode 29. It's Thursday, the 27th of July. It's early in the morning. The kids are sleeping. It's summer vacation still here in Norway, and the kids are sleeping. So I was thinking that I could record an episode and spend some time together with you talking about knitting and all my projects. And I hope that you would like to sit down and spend some time together with me. I would love that if you want to do that. I have timestamps on my episode, so if there is something you want to skip, feel free to do so. And I also have information about everything I talk about in the description box below. Information about where you can find me on social media, links to my Ravelry projects, and so on. Yeah, so you are so welcome. Find yourself something to drink. I have a cup of coffee because it's early in the morning, so I need my coffee cup. And let's talk about some knitting. My first finished object is also what I'm wearing today, and it's the Vegas top by Paula Strict. I've knitted this in Sandnes Line, which is a cotton, linen and viscose blend, in the color 4331 light aubergine and 2331 light beige. I've knitted the size small. I can just say in the beginning that when I say I have knitted the size small or extra small, it's because my gauge is off. And so to accommodate my gauge difference, I need to often knit a smaller size than I'm supposed to get the right fit. So normally I probably would knit a medium, or a size 3, but it is what it is. I'm a loose knitter, so to avoid knitting on too thin of needles, I often go down a size or 2. So that's why size small. And I have knitted on 3.5 millimeter needles on this one. Yeah, I can stand up so you can see. It's a very nice and easy pattern. It's a plain summer top, which was what I wanted for. I've seen this top on other podcasts and I thought it looks good. It's a very, what can I say? I can't find the word. Yeah, but it looks like it's not simple. That's not what I want to say, but it's that kind of summer top I just grab when I don't know what I want to wear. It's easy to wear with the jeans or with the whatever, really. But it weighs 209 grams, which I don't understand because I had 4 balls of yarn, 3 of the aubergine and 1 of the beige, and I used up all of the aubergine, and the balls are 50 grams each. So I had 200 grams, I thought. And I still have about 8 to 10 grams left of the beige. So maybe it weighed, I didn't weigh the balls of yarn before I started, so then maybe they were a bit more grams in them. Probably, because I also checked on 2 different scales and both of them said 209 grams, so I don't think there's anything wrong with the scales either. But I'm happy I used up most of the yarn, and I'm happy with that. I knitted it longer than it's supposed to. It's quite cropped in the pattern, but I lengthened it because I want it a bit longer. And I'm very happy with the result. It's perfect fit for me, which is not always the case, since I don't really know what I'm getting, since I don't have control of the gauge. But it is, this time it worked out, so I'm happy. I think I have to put on my shirt again because it's quite chilly. It's summer, but it's not summer temperatures here in Norway. It's been July has been almost just rain and like 15, 16 degrees. So it's not the summer temperature that we so badly want. But it is what it is. Yeah, but I need my shirt on because it's a little bit chilly here. Okay, my next finished object today is something that has been on my needles for a while. I think I started this in the middle of May, but it's finally done, and it's an Italian summer scarf by the Italian knitter, or an Italian knitter. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, so check it out. And this is so squishy and soft. I wish you could feel it. It's merino, silk and cashmere. And it's a yarn from Mrs. Fox Yarn, which is a Norwegian hand dyer. This is the color Straw, I think. 600 meters on 100 grams. Yeah, it's so lovely. I've been knitting on 2.25 millimeter needles, so tiny needles. So it took a while, but I'm finally done. Let me see if I can take it on for you without squishing my microphone. Oh, not easy to take it on camera. Yeah, but I think it will be very nice scarf for fall. I'm just looking at myself to try and put it on nicely. Yeah, it will be nice for fall and for winter even, because it's very warm. What can I say? It weighs 58 grams. I had some leftovers from this yarn after I knitted the Sora top by the Bluebird box. So I think I had about 80 grams left. Yeah. So I put it in 2 balls, equally big. And so I could just knit the scarf. I could increase with half of it and decrease with the next half. And I think last episode I had started my decreases, and I showed you that there was something strange with where I joined the yarn. It's kind of, yeah, it has a very strange shape on it, like went out and then in, and yeah, it wasn't nice. anyway, I was thinking that I wouldn't care. I just knit and it will be okay because it will be around my neck. So who cares? But then I realized after a while that I would run out of yarn. I wouldn't have enough yarn to knit this, or to have enough yarn for the whole project. So I was thinking, what can I do? I don't want to rip back. And then I started to decrease it faster because I thought, oh well, it will be around my neck. It's not a big deal. But then I was thinking, and I was like, no, I'll rip back because this is not making sense. I had equally amount for the increases and the decreases, and this doesn't make sense. And I was thinking, I probably, because there are 10 rounds that you repeat, I probably did more rounds than I was supposed to before I do the whole round, or the round where you make the yarn overs. When you watch TV, you know, you forget how many rows, and you can count in between here, but I didn't. So anyway, I ripped back to where I had joined the yarn, which was, I was almost done with the whole ball of yarn. So I ripped all back, and I even ripped back a little bit on the other ball as well, because I was afraid that or to make sure that I didn't run out of yarn again. And then I started again with the decreases, and now I have some yarn left over, but that's okay. I can use it in my memories blanket or something. Yeah, but all in all, it turned out really nice, and I am happy with it, and it's so beautiful and squishy, as I said. So yeah, but I'm very happy it's done now, because I was a little bit tired of it just because it's on tiny needles. So, but it was so worth it, because this is beautiful. I really love it. Okay, my next finished object today is something that I just want to try to knit. If I wanted to see if I could do it. It's a shorts. It's the Hemingway shorts by Laura Booth, or the Knitting Booth on Instagram. And here is my finished shorts. Ta-da! Yes, it fits me, so that's a win. Like I said, this was just a project that I wanted to try because I thought it was fun to knit the shorts, and I had this drop spell in my stash that's been there for at least 2 years. Drop spell is linen, cotton and viscose blend. It's the color 4, Dandelion. And I've had it in my stash, as I said, for at least 2 years and didn't know what to use it for. I didn't like the color as much anymore, and yeah. And then I saw this Hemingway shorts for quite a while ago, last year I think. Saw it on a podcast, and I thought, I'll try to knit that for fun. It's not that I really want to knit shorts, but I just want to try it. But I think I said this last time as well, that the pattern was so overwhelming for me, because there are ways you can calculate your waist shaping and stuff like that, and you have to use your head a little bit, and my head is not always working as well. So I just wanted to knit this. I just wanted to tell me cast on so and knit so, and I don't want to do any calculations myself. So I skipped all of that, and I just thought, I'll just cast on and I'll just knit, and we'll see. If it doesn't fit me, it doesn't fit me. I've knitted the shorts, and that's okay. It was all I wanted. I just wanted to try. But it fits me quite well, actually. So I'm happy about that. What can I say? I knitted the size 1, 3mm needles. So it actually went by pretty fast when I just got started. You start up here with the waistband, and you put in an elastic. Yeah, and it's pockets. When I had knitted the pockets, I took the shorts on, and there were a massive, like, okay, that's a word I don't know in English. A bump where the pockets were. So on my thighs you could see these big bumps on both the sides where the pockets were. And I see on the FO pictures on Instagram that many people have these bumps. And it also says in the pattern that some of the testers used fingering yarn for the pockets to avoid those bumps. But I had knitted my pockets in this yarn, Droppspell. And what I decided was I'm never going to use those pockets. I will never wear these shorts outside of the house, I think, because they're a little bit see-through. But they are wearable, so that's, I can use it in the house or as pajamas, I think. But anyway, I just decided to cut off the pockets. Here are my 2 pockets. I cut them off. I took a needle on the top and under with a row in between, and cut off this. And I just did like this, knitted it together. So it's just not a usable pocket anymore, but the pockets, it seems like it's pockets on it. But I'm not happy with how how it looks with the bands on the pockets here. I don't think it looks too nice, but that's okay. I don't care. I got to knit a shorts, and it fits me, and that was my goal. So I'm happy with it. It doesn't look as good as many of the other people that have knitted this. I think it looks really nice on many people, but I don't mind. It's okay. Maybe in the future I will try again. Who knows? But then I have to go down on my needles to get fabric that's not so see-through, I think. Anyway, that's my Hemingway shorts. Not the one I'm most proud of, but at the same time I'm a little bit proud because I knitted a shorts. I would like to try and knit knitted pants as well. We'll see. Okay, my next two finished objects are socks. Finally, I have knitted some socks. I've been thinking about it for a while that I want to knit more socks, and I finally did. I can start with this one. This is self-striping yarn from a Norwegian hand dyer called Fosen Garn. They had a Christmas surprise self-striping yarn box. So I bought that for myself for Christmas last year. And you got 2 self-striping yarns and 1 black one, 1 DK and 1 fingering. So this is the DK self-striping yarn. And I was thinking that I want to knit up most of my yarn, or all my yarn. So, and I thought that since it's DK, it's only 200 meters on 100 grams, something like that. So I thought I would only get 1 pair out of my yarn. So that's why I thought it would be nice to start with the toe to knit most of the yarn. Now I've only done toe-up socks once before, and I can't remember what I thought about it then. But I found a free pattern on Ravelry called, let me see, Basic Bed Socks by Emily Bolduan, which is a toe-up sock. I started with the Judy's Magic cast on the toe, and that went nice. It was really, it's a nice cast on for starting the toe. And then I just knitted with my self-striping yarn. I've written how many rounds I did and all that on my Ravelry project, so I will link to that below if you are interested. But this is the size 37-38. So I knitted until I had to do my heel. It's a German short row heel. I don't know what I think about that. It's nice to knit the German short row heel. It's easy, but I get holes in my heel, and I don't think I can. I don't know if you can see that. No, can't. But when I have it on, I can see that there is holes here in the where I have knitted those double stitches together. So if you have any advice on how I can knit them without getting holes, I just do what I usually do when I do German short rows on a sweater, and I never get holes in my sweaters when I do it. So I don't know why I get that here. Yeah, so it's quite annoying. So if you have any tips on that, because the heel is okay to knit, it's just that I get holes, and I don't want to have holes in my sock. Anyway, so that's what I did. Used the black that I did, that was a fingering yarn, so I held it double and used that for contrast for your toe, heel and cuff. Yes, but when I was done with this, I still had yarn left over of the self-striping, and I thought maybe I can get a pair of shorties out of that, and I did. Ta-da! So I used the same pattern again, the basic bed socks. I can say I have knitted both of these on 2.5 and 3 millimeter needles. These weigh 95 grams, if you're interested in that. And these weigh, oh, I haven't written that up, but it will be on the side here. Anyway, with these, I did the Judy's Magic cast on again for the toe. And I decided I want to try something else for the heel. So I just knitted the whole sock without the heel. Knitted all the self-striping yarn and a little cuff with the black yarn. And then I did an Afterthought heel. I have never done that before, but I found a nice tutorial from Nitty Natty, which I will link below because it's great. And I did an Afterthought heel, and I think that is one of the nicest heels I've done so far. I haven't weared it, had it on my feet and used it yet, so I don't know how it is fitting on my foot. But it was a very easy way to knit a heel, and it went by so fast because the heel flap and gusset takes a while to knit. I think it fits well on my foot, but it takes a while, and this was easy to do. So I will definitely try the Afterthought heel again, because yeah, it was very nice to just be able to knit all this self-striping yarn and do the whole sock and then do the heel after. And the heel didn't take a long time, so that's my 2 pairs of finished socks. With DK yarn it goes by really fast, and this is my first time knitting with self-striping yarn, and I really enjoy that because, I don't know, it's so fun to see the stripes and how it turns out. So I have one more here in fingering yarn, so I'm excited to knit those as well. I hope you are ready to see what's on my needles. I have one project that you have seen before, but the rest are new cast-ons, I think. The one that you have seen before is the Moonset Tea by Osetta. I just have to find it in my notes here. Yeah, so I have I'm knitting in Viking Bambino, which is cotton and bamboo blend in the color gray, 415. And I've done the whole body now. I'm knitting the size extra small on 2.5 and 3 millimeter needles. So quite thin needles again. I've tried it on and it fits me nice. I've knitted this before, and then I knitted the size small. That was a bit too wide for me, so I did some decreases in the sides, and I did a lot of decreases at the bottom of the of the top and did a double ribbing on the hem. And I love that moonset top. It fits me so well, and it goes quite a lot in the waist, and I really like that. Now I was thinking that I'll do what it says in the pattern, which is an I-cord on the hem. And it fits me really nice. It's not too wide, but I am not sure about this I-cord. It doesn't look so nice. If I remember, I will put in a B-roll of me having it on, and you can see what you think. I think it looks slouchy. Is that right? Maybe it's supposed to be very loose, and I haven't studied other people's finished objects, so I don't know if it's the way it's supposed to. I think maybe she has it tucked in on the finished or on the picture in the pattern. I'm not sure. But I am not sure about this. Maybe it's because it's this yarn. It's a very drapey yarn. I really like the I-cord on this. Sandnes line. But I think this is not thick. I'm not sure how to describe it, but I don't know if you can see it in this dark yarn. Yeah, I'm not sure if I like it like that, or if I should rip it back and do a ribbing or do a double ribbing again. The only thing with the double ribbing is that it takes so much time. Or the double knit ribbing, which is the same that's on the neck band. I'm not sure. We'll see. But if you have an opinion, please share it with me. Yeah, so I only have the arms left, which I think I will be done with this soon. And of course I have to sew this down. But I really like the color and how it goes over each other here. So it's a really, really nice tee, and I really love my other one, so I'm excited to get this done. And then I started a new project. I really have been wanting to get my scraps out of stash. They're not scraps actually, but it's leftover yarn from other projects that I have. Like I always have too much yarn. It's very rare that I use up all the yarn. I used up most of the yarn for this one, which I'm very happy about. So there are no scraps to use up. But from my Slow Down sweater that I knitted this spring in a very bright pinky color, I had almost 4 balls of yarn left. And I just want to use it. So I thought I can start another Vegas top in this yarn. It's the Viking Bamboo, which is the same as this, but it's a thicker yarn. But it's the same blend, cotton and bamboo. So I used the color 664 pink. It's very pink. And here's my Vegas top. The thing is, I have the same problem here with my I-cord. This fits very nice. I tried it on and I knitted on the I-cord on the neck, but I don't like the I-cord. I think it's too thick, same as this. I don't know. I just don't like it. And I was thinking maybe I can do a ribbing or something like that instead, but then I was like, no, maybe I should just leave it. But then I was watching Nay Knits, a great podcast, highly recommend. She was wearing the Streamline tank, and the Streamline tank is by Alexander Tavel. Alexandra Tavel. Yes. So I decided that, okay, I want to knit that one instead. So I haven't ripped this out yet, the Vegas top, because just in case I don't like this other one, I can continue on this one. But this is going to be ripped out because I like the Streamline tank. The Streamline tank is a free pattern, but on Ravelry there is a paid for version you can buy. But there's a link to a blog where you can get the free version. But the free version is on the blog. You can't download it. And there's a lot of commercials and stuff like that. So if that doesn't bother you, then you can use the free version there, which I am doing. But you can't. It's not a pattern that is easy to print out or stuff like that. So, but if you don't mind that, then you can watch it on your phone or your iPad. Then that's a way to do it, or you can buy it. So you can download it. But you do it, the front panel and back panel are the same, but you knit it, you knit 2 panels. So I've done one of them. Here it is. And I like this one much more than I like the Vegas top in this yarn. I think it's the yarn, it's not the pattern, but it's the yarn that I just didn't feel it was right for the Vegas top, but I really like it for this one. I'm knitting size extra small, again, gauge, just reminding you. And I'm on 4.5mm needles. The Vegas top, I think I knitted that on 3mm needles, but I think that fabric I get on 4.5 was better for this yarn. Yeah, I'm not sure if the extra small will be a little bit too small for me. Maybe because I started the small size, but it looked too big. You start on the bottom and knit up. So it's not so easy to see, but I thought it was too wide, so I ripped it back and I started the extra small instead. And I'm not sure. We'll see. And if it doesn't fit me, I will give it away or something. That's okay. I just want to use up my yarn. Yeah, because I already got the sweater I wanted out of this yarn, so it doesn't really matter. But we'll see. But it's a fun pattern to knit. It's this nice rib detail, structure detail in the middle, and yeah, it's really nice. So I've started the second panel, and I just have put the straps on hold so I can see how much I need to knit. Yeah, so I get the right length on them. Yeah, but this will be finished soon. This goes by very, very fast, so I'm happy. Maybe I could have lengthened it a bit, but as I said, I don't know how much yarn I need, and yeah, I just didn't take the chance. I don't want to have too little yarn. So I just went for the length recommended in the pattern, and that will be okay, and it will grow a bit too. So we'll see how it goes. It's just to get the yarn out of stash. That's my goal with this this one. Okay, I need some coffee. I'm talking too much. Okay, my next cast on is also new, and it's also just to get some leftover yarn out of my stash. And this is yarn, it's the Drop Spell from the Hemingway shorts. I had 2 balls left, 2 full balls left of yarn, which I just want to get out of my stash. And since the Italian summer scarf from the Italian knitter is supposed to use sunnes line, then Drop Spell is great to use, because that's exactly the same content as sunnes line. So here is a wee start of the Italian summer scarf in the color 4 Dandelion Drop Spell, knitting on 3.5mm needles, so it goes by a lot faster than the other scarf that was on 2.25mm needles. And yeah, it's just to use up some yarn and get another great Italian summer scarf. It's a great pattern. I highly recommend that you go in and download it. Yeah. So that's that. And then last episode I told you that I was trying to cast on the Petal Party crop by Samantha Guerin. I cast it on several times, and I had to rip it back, and I struggled. It's not the pattern, it's just my head wasn't in it, and I was just yeah, I had some troubles. And I just decided that, you know what, I'm not gonna knit the Petal Party crop just now, and not in this yarn, because I bought Sannes Tynn Line, which is cotton, linen and viscose for this Petal Party crop. So I bought yarn for that, but decided that I'm not going to use this yarn for that project. I think I want to knit the Petal Party crop maybe next spring, and I want to get some fingering merino yarn for that project instead. Yeah, so that's a project for next year, which is totally fine. But then I found this in my stash. This is almost the same color. It doesn't look like it on the screen, but it is almost the same. This is a yarn from Mrs. Fox Yarn, and it's the same yarn as I used in my Italian summer scarf. So thin shawl yarn, merino, cashmere and silk, and it's the color ginger. Hard to say, ginger. And I thought these were perfect together, so I decided I want to cast on another Ranunculus. Ranunculus is a pattern by Midori Hirose. Yeah, I have knitted two before, but that was in fingering yarn and fingering merino yarn and mohair. This will be a little bit different. Here it is. And I really like it. It's I've done the structure and I'm just on the body now, so it's just the stockinette heaven. I'm knitting the size 1, but the goal with this pattern is that you can start it and you can knit all the way through the structure and everything. And when you get to the raglan, you can choose your size, which is perfect because then I can try it on and I can see if I want to knit another size than size 1. I've knitted size 1 before with the others, but I wasn't sure if that was the right one this time because I was thinking that I wanted a more flowy one than, or one with more positive ease than earlier, but I think I'll go for the size 1 this time as well. Yeah, I think it would be nice. I really, really enjoy knitting Ranunculus, as many other people. Yeah, it's size 5 and 6 needles, millimeter needles, so it goes by fast. So this will be a nice new Ranunculus to have in my wardrobe. And I have it in this nice bag, which I really love. This is so fun. It's a bag that I won in a, I think it was a knit along from a lady called Nina. She has a podcast in Norwegian called Den glade tråd, the happy thread. So that was fun. Love this bag. Okay, the last new cast on I have is another Wilfreda by Wenche Roald. I've knitted one of these before. It's a very, very popular pattern here in Norway. I think not everyone, but almost every knitter in Norway is knitting this. It's so popular. So let me see. Here it is. This is also in stockinette heaven right now. I've done all the cabling and structure, and it's just round and round. I'm knitting this in this beautiful yarn from Unique the Garn, which is also a Norwegian hand dyer. Yeah. It's not easy to see in this mess, but it's a very nice cream color with a lot of speckles in it. And it's called fruktnut, or fruit nut in English, and that is a chocolate that I love. It's one of my favorite chocolates, fruit nut. So I just had to have this. I wanted a nice cream sweater with some speckles in, so this was perfect. And I'm knitting together with Viking Kid Silk and in the color white 302. I've never used this Kid Silk before, but it's so hairy, if that's the right word. Yeah, you see the fibers there, just like, yeah. So I'm not sure if this is some Kid Silk that I will use again. I am not a fan of all this hairiness. But it is, it's okay. I think it will be okay in the sweater, and when I wash it and use it, it won't be a problem, I think. But it's not the Kid Silk that I want to choose next time. But it's okay. Now I've tried it. Yeah, I'm knitting the size medium. I think I said 5 and 6 millimeter needles. So it goes by fast. It's just like the Ranunculus. Yeah, so it goes by really fast. and I am excited to have this too in my wardrobe. Yeah. So I think that's everything to say about this one. And that's all my whips today. I have bought some yarn since last episode. I did buy this yarn from Ranunculus for my Wilfreda sweater. That was a little summer treat for myself. I've been eyeing that yarn for quite a long time, so I decided to go for it, and I'm really happy with how it's knitting up. But then I also talked last episode that I want to knit some more dishcloths, and that I really wanted yarn, cotton yarn that was self-striping or had multicolors in it. And I said I don't know where to get that here in Norway. But I got a lot of tips on where I could buy self-striping cotton yarn. And someone told me that Hobby had cotton with multicolors or self-striping. So I went onto Hobby's website and I got some cotton yarn. So as you can see here, there is quite a lot. So I have some plans to knit some dishcloths and baker's twine from Ducati. Baker's twine is also very popular among knitters in Norway, especially among knitting podcasters. And the baker's twine are a very great gift, I think. So I've been thinking about it for a long time that I want to knit some baker's twine. I haven't done that before, so I think this will be dishcloth and baker's twine, maybe a summer top. We'll see. This was quite affordable. It was yeah, so that's good. I won't show you all of them because I have a lot. But you can see this is 100% cotton from Hobby. I haven't used it before, so I'm excited to try. But that was recommended to me by some viewers. So, and then we went just for a little day trip to Denmark. I live in a little town called Vennesla, which is just outside of Kristiansand. Kristiansand is in the south of Norway, so in the bottom of the country. And we have in Kristiansand there's a ferry that goes to Denmark. It only takes 3 hours with the ferry. So we went early in the morning to Hirsals and went to the aquarium, which is there. The aquarium is just outside of where the ferry stops. Yeah, so we went there, and after we'd been at the aquarium, we went to a shopping mall just in Aalborg, and there they have Søstrene Grene, which is a Danish shop. Yeah. We also have Søstrene Grene here in Norway, but I thought maybe they had some different things in Denmark than we have here. And I didn't find what I was looking for, but I found some yarn. I just bought 2, it's not very exciting, 2 balls of cotton yarn white. Because when I'm going to knit the baker's twine, you have to put 2 or 3 threads of cotton yarn together. So I just thought that this could go nicely with this. And they cost or they were cheaper in Denmark. Even with it's not, it used to be very nice to be Norwegian in Denmark because you got a lot for your money. But that has changed. It's expensive to be Norwegian in Denmark these days. But actually this yarn was cheaper. So I bought 2. And I also got just a measuring tape. Is that what you call it? Just this cute. I really like these ones that you can just click on and they go back in. So I bought me one of these. And that's what I have bought. I have some things in the mail, maybe. But I will show you that. It's for a project that I'm really excited about, which I will talk more about when the yarn arrives. Yeah. That's my plans and acquisitions done. And then it's almost 2 years ago that I put my first English podcast episode out into the YouTube world. It was at the end of July 2021. And to celebrate, I said last time that I want to give away 2 patterns of the Wilfreda sweater, which is this, from Wenche Roald, which is a Norwegian designer, and the pattern is of course in English, so don't worry, you don't have to read Norwegian. Yeah, because I think it's a lot of fun to give away a pattern from a Norwegian designer to 2 of you out there. So I've done a random comment picker and it chose 2 of you who commented on my last episode and wrote Wilfreda in your comment. And the first one that has won is So Andy Sauce. I'm probably saying that wrong. So Andy Sauce. I always struggle with that word. Sauce. Yeah, but I know what it means. So, but you have to contact me on Ravelry or Instagram, and I will tell me your Ravelry name, and I will send you a copy of this pattern. And the next one that has won a pattern is Melissa Morton. Yeah. So you also have to contact me on Instagram or Ravelry. And the info is to my Ravelry and Instagram are below in the description box. So yeah, contact me and I will get you the pattern. Congratulations! I hope you will enjoy the Wilfreda pattern as much as I do, and as much as all the other knitters in Norway, at least. There are a lot of people who really enjoys this Wilfreda sweater pattern. Yeah, and I just want to say thank you to all of you for your kind comments and well wishes, and you are just the best. Really appreciate all of you who are watching my knitting podcast. There are so many great knitting podcasts out there, so that you choose to spend some time with me really means a lot to me. So thank you. So that is all the knitting content for today, I think. Yes. Looking around me, and I think I talked about everything I wanted to talk about today. Yeah. Life is good. we still have summer vacation here. The kids are still home. My husband is back at work, but the kids still are off school for another 3.5 weeks. So it's nice to have them home. We have just stayed home mostly, not done a lot of traveling this year. We just took that one trip to Denmark. That was just for a day. So we take the ferry 8 o'clock in the morning, and we take the ferry back at night. So we were home at like 1 a.m. next morning. So just there and back in a day, which is nice that we can do that. The ferry only uses 3 hours, as I said, so it's not a long time. And we sit in they have like a buffet in one part of the boat. In front of the boat there's a restaurant where you can order places, and there's a buffet. So in the morning we had the breakfast buffet, which is really nice, and on the way back there was this dinner buffet, which is also nice. It's so a lot of things to choose from and a lot of desserts, and we always love to do that when we are first on the ferry. It's nice to have that little treat. Yeah. So we were, me and my husband and our 2 youngest boys. The oldest one didn't want to come. He's too old to go on trips with us, he says. So that's a little bit sad that he's getting that old. He just turned 17. So he just want to stay home. Yeah. But we went to the aquarium in Hirtshals, which was really nice. I think I'll put in some video of that in the end of the episode today, so you can see if you want to. In the aquarium there was this sofa group, which it has a poster and it says knitting corner, which I loved. And it said something like, enjoy some knitting time. Yeah. And that was really nice. And it has some sweaters that they had on display, which was like this fisherman sweaters that they used to knit for the men that was out on sea back in the day. Yeah, so it was really nice. And they had this scarf there that said that you could knit a little bit on this scarf if you want to. And so I knitted a little bit on it, but since so many different people have been knitting on this, it was some holes in it. And when I came there were a lot of stitches that was not on the needle, so I did some rescuing of the stitches. Yeah, but that's a lot of fun. That many people have been there knitting on this scarf, and yeah. So I liked the aquarium, but when I saw the knitting corner, I really loved it. So we had a great time there. Yeah, so that's all we have been doing. We just stay home, and I have a lot of knitting time, and the kids love to be home when they're first off school, so they just like to stay home and be in the neighborhood, and yeah, so that's good. I think I'll wrap up here. No need to keep you longer than needed. I hope you have enjoyed this time with me. I always love to record these episodes. When I'm sitting and knitting on my projects, I'm always thinking, oh, I can't wait to tell them about this or that, or yeah. So thank you so much for being here with me. It means a lot. I say it every time, and I will continue to tell you that I really appreciate all of you being here, listening to my knitting talk. So I hope you are well. I hope that you have some fun things on the needles. Please tell me what you're knitting on. That's always a lot of fun to read, and I get so inspired by all the things that you are knitting on. So please tell me. And thank you for all the likes, comments, and if you're not already subscribed to my channel and you like the content here, please consider subscribing. That means a lot too, and helps my channel reach more people. So thank you, and thank you again for being here. And now I hear some kids that are getting out of bed, so I will say goodbye. Have a great few weeks until we talk again. Happy knitting, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!